नमस्कार। मैं बीएम हेरवार, पीजीटी फिजिक्स, केंद्रीय विद्यालय बबीना कैंट, रीजनल ऑफिस आगरा। Now the next topic of chapter 4, the solenoid. So what is the solenoid? We will discuss now. Actually it is a piece of equipment which is used for generating the magnetic field, which is used to generating magnetic field. It consists it is a long solenoid, or you can say a long solenoid is one whose length is very large as compared to its radius, and it consists of an insulating long wire closely bound in the form of helix. So it is bound on the insulator cylindrical pipe. And now how to find the magnetic field due to solenoid. So the process is here. When current is passed through the solenoid, that is bounded wire which is insulating, then each turn of the solenoid can be regarded as a circular loop. So there are many circular loops on the solenoid. So only one turn, or you can say each turn of the solenoid, can be considered as a singular circular loop carrying current. And since this is a loop which is carrying a current, so this will producing a magnetic field. Now suppose we have to find the total magnetic field due to total number of circular loops. So just we find the total magnetic field is the vector sum of the magnetic field due to current through all the turns in the solenoid. So you can see this is a diagram of solenoid. So it is the long hollow pipe which is insulator, and we can see the number of insulated wire are bound on this pipe. Suppose the current is I passing through like this upward direction, then here the direction will be downward. So in upper part the direction of current will be coming out, and the lower part of the solenoid the current looks like it is entering to the plane of the surface. Okay, so the cross section of the solenoid, it is shown here. So since the upper end of the solenoid represented through dot, because dot shows what is currents leaving the plane of paper. Dot shows the currents leaves the plane of paper, while cross what is current enter the plane of the paper. So on the upper end the current is coming out, and the lower end the current is entering. So this is the enlarged view of the magnetic field due to the section of solenoid. You can see if we curl our fingers in the direction of current, so the thumbs will be right side. That means the right side of the solenoid will be north direction, and this one will be S direction. So we can say at a point outside the solenoid, the magnetic field due to neighboring loops oppose each other. Actually, if we see at a point outside the solenoid, the magnetic field due to neighboring loops, there will be the direction of current will be opposite. Okay, so what will happen? So point inside the solenoid and the point inside the solenoid, the magnetic fields are in the same direction. You can see this is the direction of the magnetic field. This is same at all the points, but you can see this is the direction anti-clockwise and this is the direction clockwise. Okay, so outside the solenoid there is the opposite direction of the magnetic field, so outside the solenoid they will cancel out. As the result of it, the effective magnetic field outside, what is, we can say cancel out, or we can say becomes weak, but the magnetic field inside the solenoid or interior the solenoid becomes strong. Why? And it is uniform also, because it is it is acting along the axis of the solenoid, which is in the same direction. You can see the direction of magnetic field lines in the solenoid in the same direction, so the magnetic field intensity in the interior of solenoid becomes very strong and uniform. When solenoid is more and more tightly packed, means number of turns will be increased. That means the N is increased, so magnetic field due to current through will be also increased. When the solenoid is more and more tightly packed, the magnetic field due to current through the solenoid will become zero for a point outside, but in the interior of the solenoid it is more strong. Okay, because the magnetic field is directly proportional to the number of turns as well as current flowing through it. So current magnetic field outside the solenoid becomes zero for a point outside and the near the middle of the solenoid, and magnetic field becomes strong and uniform at a point in the interior of the solenoid. So this is the field patterns of the solenoid and the finite length of solenoid. Actually ideal solenoid is very long and its length is very large as compared to its radius. So we can say how to find the magnetic field intensity magnitude inside the long state solenoid. So we have taken the cross section. Let the small n is the number of turns per unit length of the solenoid, and suppose I, the current is flowing through it. Suppose we take a rectangular ampere loop which is PQRS near the middle of the solenoid, and suppose the end PQ has the length capital L. Okay, and the direction of current is PQRS. So as the there are four different paths QR, SP. So PQ is parallel to the magnetic field, while QR and PR perpendicular to the magnetic field, and SR is outside the solenoid. Okay, so now the total number of turns in the length L, since small n is the number of turns per unit length, so total length is capital L. So total number of turns will be n into capital L. Now we have to find the magnetic field due to four different rectangular sides of the rectangular loop. So we take the line integration of whole loop PQRS. So the line integration of PQ segment, QR segment plus RS segment plus SE segment. As we know already, the angle between V and the length of the rectangular loop is perpendicular for QR and SP. So it is cos 90 degree, it is cos 90 degree, but for PQ, the direction of PQ is the direction of a magnetic field, so it is cos 0, and the outside the outside the solenoid magnetic field will be 0. So the total magnetic field due to rectangular loop is only the segment which is parallel to the magnetic field, that is only B dot BDL. So as we know, the total length of the segment PQ is capital L, so it becomes B dot DL, line integration of closed loop, is equal to capital VL. Now this is equation 1. Now if we use the Ampere circuital law, so what is the V dot DL is the mu times the total current through the rectangular loop PQRS, total current. So total current, how can we find? So total number of turns in the rectangles into current passing through each element. So total number of turns is N into capital L times current passing through each turns. So this is the equation. Second, if we compare the equation 1 and 2, we get capital VL equal to mu naught times NLI. So L will be cancel. We can say the total magnetic field in the interior of the solenoid is mu naught times small ni, and small n is the number of turns per unit length, which can be written in another form, V equal to mu naught capital N upon L into I. So we can say magnetic field defends in the solenoid, in the interior of solenoid, to the directly proportional to the current and to the number of turns, whereas the length is increased, that means the magnetic field is decreased. So if you wish to find the magnetic field near the end of the solenoid, only one end, so it is just half of it, so mu naught Ni upon 2. So from the above study we can conclude that magnetic field lines due to current carrying straight solenoid is same as due to the permanent magnet. So we can say the solenoid behaves as a permanent magnet. If the magnetic material of permeability mu is filled inside the solenoid, so its magnetic field intensity becomes mu times. Okay, so mu naught, mu and I. And the variation of magnetic field of the solenoid with distance r, the center of solenoid along the axis is given. So at the end the magnetic field intensity is half of the just whole. This is full strength of magnetic field in the interior of the or in the middle of the solenoid, while at the end it is just half. Okay, another form is the toroid. Actually it is the modified form of the solenoid. What is, if the solenoid bent into the form of closed ring, this is toroidal solenoid. So this is the diagram of the toroidal solenoid. In this diagram we can say this is the hollow cylinder which is bent into a ring, and these are the insulating wire bounded over the ring. Suppose P is inside interior of the solenoid toroid, and S is in interior, and Q is the outside of the toroid. So the same things we have to we see that at the upper end the current is coming out or leaving the plane of paper, while in the another end the current is entering to the plane of paper. Suppose we wish to find the magnetic field in the interior of the toroid, in the middle of the toroid, and outside the toroid. So in the interior, suppose the point is R, R1, point is P in the interior of the toroid is taken. Since the cos 0 is the direction of the magnetic field and element is tangential, we can say, if we consider a small element, so direction of magnetic field is tangential, so the direction is same B1 and DL, so angle is 0, that is B1 2 pi R1. This is for loop 1. Similarly, since actually there is no current encloses the loop 1, so according to Ampere circuit law, the total magnetic field will be 0. So suppose if we find the total magnetic field for the loop 3, so it is again cos 0, because the direction is tangential at point Q. If we consider the small element dl, and the direction of magnetic field is tangential, which is parallel to the dl, so in this case angle is 0 and the magnetic field is B3 2 pi R3. This is for loop 3. But you know already the current coming out of the plane of the paper is cancelled out exactly by the current going on it. So we can say the current outside the loop 3 is 0. So total magnetic field for the loop 3 is 0. Now the total magnetic field for loop 2 is V dot dl equal to V 2 pi R2. Why is it so? Because this is a closed loop. We can say this is the dotted closed loop, and there is a current. Okay, so now we apply the Ampere circuit law. B dot dl equal to mu naught times number of turns and the currents in each turns, that is mu naught number of turns is in one turn is 2 pi R2, and total number of turns in per unit length, it is n, so 2 pi R2 into n, and total current is just we can say n into 2 pi R2 into I. This is the total current for loop 2. So if we compare the equation 1 and 2, we see that B 2 pi R2 equal to mu naught times 2 pi R2 n into I. So 2 pi R2 2 pi R2 will be cancelled. So V equal to mu naught times Ni. So we can see here this is the magnetic field is same as in the case of solenoid. So this is similar to the solenoid. But magnetic field at any point inside the empty space surrounded by toroid or outside the toroid is 0. Remember it. But at any point inside the empty space means where in this region magnetic field will be what is 0 here in empty space, and outside also magnetic field also 0 outside. Okay, so we can conclude that actually in reality the turns of the toroid forms a helix, not a circle. As in the case of ideal toroid, there is also a small magnetic field in the external portion of the toroid. So this is about the solenoid and toroid. Okay, thank you.